This podcast is a proud member of the UUOP Network.
Welcome to Rush of Fear podcast, where we chat all things Halloween Horror Nights, Universal Orlando's premier scare event. Tonight, for episode 7 of season 5, we will be discussing the HHN Orlando and Hollywood newly released ticket options and our first house announcements of the season with a friend of the show and Pangolin band member, Gary. Buckle up for an in-depth episode. So now, let the mayhem begin. Hey, what's up? It's me, Kenneth. We're here. We're doing an episode. I'm here with my usual co-hosts, Michelle.
Hey, hey.
And Maddy.
Good morning.
And today we have a very special guest. It's my friend, one of my best friends in the world, my bandmate, my brother, Mr. Gary Pounds.
Hello.
Yay.
I'm happy to be here. Hi, everybody. Long-time listener, first-time guest.
Yeah. Gary, what's up? Good morning.
Hey, good morning. It is 10:11 here in sunny Orlando, Florida. It's a beautiful Sunday.
You feel
That's
like
right.
family, though, Gary. I feel like I've met you a million times because Kenneth talks about you all the time, and we talk about you as if like you're just part of us. So, you know, I don't feel like I'm meeting a stranger right now.
And you know how HHN works. We may have even actually met and just didn't know it.
Wait,
Because you
we
see
did.
thousands of people a year.
Did I meet Gary? When did I meet Gary?
Yeah, HHN 30. We did the
that's
hurricane with Gary under an umbrella.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did the opening night Stay and Scream at the Today Cafe.
Yeah.
And we were all getting
Monsoon.
rained on.
Yeah, I remember. Okay, so we have met.
Oh, okay.
We just haven't hung out in a while.
Yeah.
All I remember is the rain. So sorry, Gary.
I think that year that's all any of us could remember that night. It was
Yeah.
like
Awful.
the Today Cafe was a preview for the Atlantic at Epic Universe that night because we were fully underwater. There were fish swimming around.
Yes.
Yeah, it was
insane.
bad. That was like our first bad hurricane. And then Duff Brewery was our second one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I just remember we just kind of accepted it.
Yeah.
Like that first time. We were trying to avoid it as much as possible. Audrey went and bought an umbrella. And then at one point we were just like, well, this is what it is.
Yep.
Here we are. We're soaked.
Yeah, Universal Creative saw that night us sitting there. They're like, "Hey, this would make a great restaurant at Epic Universe."
That's awesome.
But Gary, I've invited you on. I asked you if you would come on because for how many years? Well, let's go first. Let's start at the very beginning, Gary. Because you're our guest, we want to hear about how you started going to HHN. How'd you first hear about it? What got you into it? And what's kept you as like a longtime HHN fan all this time?
Sure. Yeah. Okay. So I was born in the sleepy town of Arlington, Texas, in 1987. So I went to.
Wow, we're going back that far.
We're starting from the very beginning. So I went to HHN for the first time in 2006. A bunch of friends of ours went as like a graduation gift to ourselves. I had no clue that there was even a theme park there at the time. We didn't have the ability to go to theme parks and stuff when I was a kid, and I had heard about this Halloween event. And all of my friends were like, "Hey, we're gonna go to like."
For
Halloween Horror
context,
Nights.
Gary, also you were in Georgia, right?
Yes. So yeah, I was living in Georgia, Brunswick, Georgia, which is about 3.5 hours from Orlando. And so we all went down. It was the coolest thing I had ever seen in my life. We went 2006, so it was Reflections of Fear. I think it
2006. What? No, 2006 was Sweet 16.
Was that right? That is right. Yeah, so it was 2006. That was my first year. And then I missed 2017, and then I went back 2018, and I've been going every year since. Or not 2018, sorry, 2008.
Oh yeah.
Man, the years they just kind of jumble together. But yeah, I've been going every year since. The only year that I've missed since then was 24. So 2014. That was the only HHN year I've missed since then. But but
pretty
yeah, I've been hooked ever since. Obviously following all the forums, all the podcasts as they pop up, new ones like you guys, over the years. And I mean, I've just been obsessed ever since then, and I haven't been able to get away from Halloween Horror Nights.
And then what was the inspiration for doing the tracker and like documenting announcement dates?
Well, selfishly, it was a bit to keep my own expectations in check. So I know, like a lot of you listening, we're constantly wondering, like, when are we going to get the next announcement? Are we behind on announcement? When's the announcement season starting? And I found myself getting in these like spirals every year of like, man, waiting on this stuff to start. So I started tracking it. I want to say it was probably like 6 or 7 years ago. I can't even remember at this point when the first like live year I started. But the first year I went back and I dug through every Universal, blog.universalorlando.com post, every Twitter post. Mikey from Magic City Mayhem, he was helpful in showing me some ways I could dig into some of those old posts. And I went back and found every post as far back as I could to track back as many years as I could within that, and to start building out expectations on like when is announcement season starting, what are typical days that it's taking place, and things like that, so that my expectations are in check as to when can I start expecting announcements to begin taking place each year. So I started sharing that on Twitter. I'm never going to call it X. I started sharing that on
Neither
Twitter.
do we. It's okay.
Yeah.
I started sharing that on Twitter just for, friends like, Kenneth and everybody else to kind of check out, and started tagging some folks and sites that I was fans of, like, like UUOP and stuff like that, and to give them a chance to, like, hey, here's some information if you want to, like, use this or share this or have expectations on when we might, start getting announcements and things like that. And I started getting a little bit of a following just because of that, and started making a lot of friends because of that in the community. And it was so that, we can help quell this anxiety of like, when is announcement season starting? So selfishly, it was for me, but I'm glad that like I was able to share that, and folks for the last couple of years have been able to really get a lot of benefit out of that too.
I mean, we refer to it all the time for the exact same reason, because I don't know if you listen to our episodes or not, but we're like, gosh, shouldn't we have an announcement by now? Blah, blah, blah. We're like getting all antsy. And then Kenneth saves the day, and he's like, well, let's consult the handy dandy tracker.
Yeah.
And sure enough, like the tracker says, nope, we haven't had an announcement yet as of, last year either. And we're like, oh, well, okay.
Yeah.
So it does its job.
Yeah.
And then as far as our history with HHN, I mean, I can kind of jump in here and say that Gary and I, we met at HHN. We were introduced by Hunter, who was a mutual friend, when Gary moved to Orlando in order to start a new band. But then what we ended up doing was continuing Pangolin, which Gary, you had started back in Georgia.
That's correct. Yeah. So Pangolin started in Georgia in 2016. And yeah, when I moved here, our friend Hunter had connected us Parent Trap style of how he was like, hey, you guys, Kenneth has an awesome band, Corgi Feldman, and, Pangolin's awesome. Like, you guys should get together and do something different. And and we were going to do something different. Kenneth was like, we should just keep doing Pangolin stuff. So with the blessing of some of the old band members back home, and we had our original drummer on board to keep it going in Orlando, we kept it going here.
That's so cool.
And yeah, Pangolin would not exist without HHN. It is paramount to everything interesting in my life.
The conversation that led to Pangolin continuing happened in line for Dead Exposure Patient Zero.
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
Over the roars of the bumtists of that cue music.
That's great.
Pangolin was formed.
Yeah.
Reformed. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then why are you getting out of the tracker? You've retired from being the keeper of the tracker, and you've bestowed it upon me via Rush of Fear. So why are you getting out of the game?
Yeah, so I've made the decision to kind of limit my social media engagement recently. Some of those are for political reasons, for, you know, the beneficiary of Twitter primarily, as well as just the general overall, you know, well-being of my mental health and willingness to be more present in life in general.
Good
And
for
really
you.
the tracker itself, you know, it was something that was shared on social media, but it's something that it doesn't really benefit people unless there's somebody there to share it. Right.
Yeah.
And that's what I want it to do. That's what I want its legacy to live on. I don't hate Horror Nights. I'm not stepping away from the fandom, and I don't want to stop doing the tracker. It doesn't make sense to keep updating it if that's not going to be shared with the rest of the world. Right. So Kenneth being my best friend and Rush of Fear being an awesome show, focused on Halloween Horror Nights, it just made the most sense to, you know, if I was gonna give my baby away, I would want it to be with friends. And, you know, Rush of Fear, you guys do the good work of, you know, getting the info out to people and have the audience that will appreciate it. So it made the most sense for it to be with people who can really appreciate the tracker, who can expand on it over time, you know, because I've done things over the years, like, if we've kind of put this up on the Pangolin website. If you go to I think it's pangolin.com, pangolinfl.com/HHN tracker, you can click on the links of each of the announcements and it'll take you to the source of each of those posts, right? So it'll take you to a link to an archive.org universal blog site, or it'll take you to a Twitter post. It'll take you to somewhere where it's the source of that announcement.
Awesome.
And also you can look at some of the additional data, like statistics on, you know, announcement day distribution. You know, I think Rain opening night was added at some point.
That's iconic.
Yeah. And like a bunch of other data, you know, it's very interactive, and eventually that's what I would like the goal to be. And maybe I can help you guys do that at some point, is eventually build this out to something where everyone can access as a well of knowledge related to HHN announcements,
yeah,
you know, as well as, you know, the source of where it comes from, as well as additional, you know, information and data that, you know, can help break down and make deductions on, you know, how to potentially predict the future and expectations for future years. So, long story short, I'm out of Twitter. I'm done with Twitter, done with Elon Musk and his stuff. And I want it to be with good people in the HHN community. So it's with you guys now.
Oh,
yay!
And it's an honor to carry the torch, to carry the legacy. And obviously, we've now had our first couple of announcements and stuff for this year's HHN. So, as the originator of the announcement tracker, there's no better time and no better guest than to have Gary on our first announcement episode for this year. So, Maddy, what we got to go over a few things before we get into the meat of this episode. But this was a great little intro, and get to know my friend Gary here on the show.
I feel I learned so much lore.
I know.
I love a good lore drop. Well, yeah, like Kenneth said, before we get into the fun stuff, we just have our normal housekeeping items. So, as a reminder, we do have our Rush of Fear Society. It is going strong. We have posted so many bonus episodes, from yaps to watch-alongs to, oh gosh, I don't even know what else. Unedited content for a lot of our episodes. The link is in all of our social media bios and in our episode bio. It is just $5 a month or a flat fee of $50 a year. We have that Discord. We're still working on giveaways. But it's a good time and we love our society, and you get multiple bonus episodes per month, especially coming into our announcement season. You're going to be overflowing with bonus episodes. And of course, as always, if you could please leave a spooky rating or review on whatever podcast platform you are listening on, it would really help us out. And we love to hear all of your comments and all that good stuff in those reviews. So go ahead and give us some stars.
Also, please be sure to check out our merch storefront and help support the show. Just head over to tpublic.com and search for Rush of Fear Podcast, and you'll find our page, and all our products. And be sure to check out our band, me and my good friend Gary here, our band Pangolin, everywhere that you can listen to music online, and follow us on social media at PangolinFL. Gary, plug what we've got upcoming for Pangolin.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So June 27th at Tuffy's in Sanford. Incredible venue. So excited to play there. It's a free show. You don't have any excuse not to be there. The place has like 3 bars if you're into that, and it has a beautiful like beer garden and stuff, but inside is a killer venue, killer stage with great sound. That's our next gig. I think the only other thing we've got booked, Kenneth, as of this moment is, which was just announced 2 days ago, we're back at Fest, Gainesville, Florida this year.
Yay!
So we'll be back in Gainesville last weekend in October. I can't say when we're playing yet. I have to wait for Fest to drop all of that stuff. But hey, make sure you show up early for Fest. Be there for the whole weekend. Tons of great bands playing, lots of friends of ours like Plastic Flamingos. Hey, shout out to the buds there. And yeah, that's all I got to plug. The only thing I do is Pangolin.
Yeah. All right. Now let's get into this episode. Michelle?
Yes. Whew. Was it a doozy? All right. So HHN tickets and event-inclusive vacation packages for Universal Orlando's Halloween Horror Nights are now available. Woo, woo, woo. It was a shit show of a day. Woo, woo, woo.
Oh, no.
But let's not talk about that. HHN 34, which will run 48 select nights from August 29th through November 2nd, will feature 10 terrifying haunted houses, scare zones, live shows, and more. Products on sale now include single night tickets and event upgrades, such as Halloween Horror Nights Express Passes, which allow guests to skip the regular lines one time at haunted houses and participating attractions. We also got the RIP tours, which we all know all about that stuff. So awesome if you can afford it, because it has gotten even more expensive. But yeah, those RIP tours give you priority VIP entry to the haunted houses. And then we also got the Behind the Screams, Unmasking the Horror tours, 3 house and 6 house. That offers a glimpse into how the scares are brought to life via a daytime lights on journey through select haunted houses. Also, new for those tours, the buffet style lunch will be included for the 6 haunted house tour only. Well, that's nice. That's a new offering for those tours. Usually you got nothing. And then we also got the Scream early tickets, where you can add that on to your tickets if you're not an annual pass holder. So that gets you into the park just a few hours early on your Halloween Horror Nights night. And then as far as packages go, we got the Stay and Scream and Save up to $200 on a special vacation package, which includes hotel accommodations, and then 1 night admission to Halloween Horror Nights, plus access to a dedicated gate for entry into the event. Whew. Let's see. What else did we get? Oh, guys.
What?
We also got the premium Scream night.
Whoa!
Oh my goodness. That will take place, as we suspected, on Thursday, August 28th, giving fans the opportunity to be one of the first to experience this year's scares during a limited capacity event that includes access to everything you love about Halloween Horror Nights, plus shorter wait times, and a selection of all you care to enjoy food items and more.
Yeah.
So we're going to dig into that later, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay, because I got some stuff to talk about on that one. So let's hop over to Hollywood. So for Hollywood, we also got general admission tickets, Universal Express, after 2 p.m. day night. What is that? Is that like their Scream Early?
Yeah, it's their Scream Early ticket.
Okay. Which provides entry to select haunted houses beginning at 5:30. Wait, is the after 2 p.m. different from the early access ticket?
The after 2 p.m. day/night, you get into the park early at 2, and you have access to their Super Nintendo World. But then you also have their early access ticket, which gets you in not for park time, but just for like their stay and scream. And then you get into a house early.
Okay.
Mhm.
See, I've never gone to any of the Hollywood stuff, so that's interesting.
If it works like FanFest did, that early access probably means that like even if you have daytime admission and Horror Nights admission, without that early access, you would have to wait till 7 to get into houses. Because that's the way FanFest worked, and I was very confused by it.
Yeah.
So like this access to select haunted houses beginning at 5:30 p.m. with the early access ticket, it feels like that early access gives you that extra like hour and a half.
Yeah.
Whereas otherwise you would have to wait until 7.
Right.
I don't like that way of doing things.
No.
It felt like I was being punished for having the wrong ticket when I was at FanFest.
Right.
But I don't know. I guess maybe Horror Nights works the same way.
Interesting. All right. They also dropped RIP tours there in Hollywood as well. And they actually already got their frequent Fear Pass and ultimate Fear Passes. And those, as we all know, enable guests to experience the scares again and again and again. And in Hollywood, their Halloween Horror Nights event runs select nights from September 4th to November 2nd.
Yeah.
Nice. Now, Gary, the tracker has also included announcements about tickets and like multi-night tickets and stuff, right?
So I've gone back and forth on what type of stuff to include in the tracker over the years. So at what I've kind of settled on is if it's not a house or a scare zone or a show, I haven't included it in the tracker. That's kind of where I've stood on it in recent years. Again, this can expand, or there can be an additional tracker created, right, to track things like tickets, frequent fear passes, etc. But ultimately, the tracker is just experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I did include these ticket sales on the tracker when I updated it just now, just because I do think that it's another thing that people would be antsy about. Like, man, when are tickets going to go on sale? To be able to go back and reference.
Right. Yeah, I've had several people ask over the years, like, oh, you should track when tickets go on sale. And I'm like, I kind of want to keep this clean to that. But I mean, again, this thing can expand and grow, and it wouldn't.
Well, the tickets are generally just 2 drops. There's usually the single night tickets. They did it a little bit differently this year, if I'm correct, where usually they would just drop the single night tickets by themselves. Am I remembering that correctly? And then later on, they would drop everything else with the multi-night tickets and all of the RIP tours. That's what I remember.
I don't know. I think you would remember this better than we would because you deal with selling these packages.
I don't
Yeah,
remember.
because I do remember like clients always, a lot of them go multiple nights because that's my clientele. I've trained them well. So they want those multi-night tickets and they want all the other experiences. And so when they drop those single night tickets, they're like, okay, but what about me? So that's what how my memory serves. But yeah.
That's fair. It definitely might have. I feel like it's just a little bit different every year, which is totally fine. It's just fine. whenever they want to. Yeah. Yep. Do you want to talk about Premium Scream before we get into the prices of everything?
Sure. If you don't have it anywhere else in the lineup. Let's talk about Premium Scream. So I know that's been a big discussion for us and for us over at UUOP. And amongst all the social medias, right? Like, are they going to do Premium Scream again? Because from a consumer standpoint, it was like one of the most amazing experiences of my entire life. And I don't know one person that went that didn't say the same thing. But the question is, from a corporate standpoint, was it a success?
Right.
Because if you look at the numbers and what they provided, there's the math ain't mathin', in terms of corporate having made a killing off of this event. So, but lo and behold, they did it again. And I think just about anybody who was actually there during the event last year expected the prices to increase tremendously. But they didn't.
Oh.
No.
You know what it might be? It might be the kind of thing where, like, even if Premium Scream Night operates at a loss, the rest of the Horror Night season will make up for that.
Yeah, that's fair.
So they can afford to offer like this really phenomenal experience to people who are willing to pay more. And like, they might not make money on it, but it's kind of just like a goodwill offering of like, hey, you can do this. We won't make money on it, but you get a great experience and we'll make that money back later, you know?
Yeah.
And I guess they also get tremendous PR from it.
Right.
Like, because I know I posted way more on that night than I ever do in my entire life because it was so amazing. And everything that I had to say was that the event is incredible. So I guess the PR, like, it's a good investment in that. But it only went up by $25. Literally. Like, I had my clients who were interested in going were willing to pay, maybe I shouldn't say this, but they were willing to pay up to like the ticket because it was that incredible last year. And we were all pretty shocked to see that it only went up to $375.
Maddie, you have to bleep that price that they were willing to pay. You can't.
Yes,
you can't
Yeah,
put
cut
that out there.
that out.
Okay. I got it.
Cut that part.
But at the same time, like, because of the exclusivity of the event, like, it was even better than an RIP tour.
Yeah.
And so that's the question again this year. And that's the question that we all had last year. Are they really going to keep it exclusive? Right? Like, or is it going to be oversold and not going to be what they promise? Well,
I mean,
last year
know.
was amazing.
Based on seeing how like epic opening weekend was and how that capacity was capped, like
Yeah.
I think it would probably still be
Pretty limited.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fingers crossed, or we're giving it a go a second year in a row. And if it's anything, I mean, we could have increased the capacity last year, like sold even probably 50% more tickets than actually attended last year, and it still would feel really dead.
Yeah.
So I did get my tickets.
Yay.
I'm really excited to go. So I will be covering that event again, and I look forward to it. But yeah, so surprised.
Yeah.
Perfect. Hey, let's get a message from our sponsor while we're here, and then we'll come back and we'll talk more details on these tickets.
I wish to go to Universal.
Right, off you go. We'll meet at the edge of the Forbidden Forest.
Where can our vacation wizards take you? Just tap the port key at portkeyvacations.com and let the magic begin.
It looks like they still have premium Scream Night tickets available as of right now.
Yeah.
Nice. So it didn't sell out.
Shockingly, no. You would think it would have. And the craziness is it includes your admission.
Yeah.
So, like, you take away.
Well, there would be no other admission for that night, because it's like technically before opening
Exactly.
night.
Yeah.
But like opening night, I believe the tickets were $129. So deduct 100 and after tax, $130 or whatever from $375. I mean, that's really not that bad for what you're getting. You pay more for a non-private RIP and you get less.
That's true. I wonder if they're going to keep it actually as limited as it was last year, or if they've like opened up capacity just a little bit.
I heard. Didn't we hear last year that? Also, we're back from the break. Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Did we? I thought we heard last year that they only sold about half of what was allotted for Premium Scream.
Oh yeah.
And everyone kind of figured like it didn't sell well because people weren't sure that it would be worth it.
Yeah.
And now I think this year, even if they keep the capacity at the same level, people know, the word has gotten out that like, oh, wow, that was actually a really great thing. Like they will probly sell more tickets, even if they don't increase the allotment of tickets.
Yeah, that's fair.
And like I just said, 50%, if they only sold 50% of what they had allotted last year, if they increase it by the same 50%, like I said, it would still be dead. Like I just can't even describe. It really felt like you had the park to yourself.
And that's
like there wasn't one line waited in, not for food, not for drinks, not for house, like nothing. We were in scare zones completely by ourselves. So
cool.
And every single house was a 5-minute quote unquote wait. That was just the time to walk from the entrance to the house. Like there was never a line ever. Like you saw no other human beings.
So like
crazy.
even if they sold twice as many tickets and like, oh man, we had to wait behind 2 groups before they let us into the house.
Rats.
Like,
Yeah, no. And you walk through the house and you can just stand there. Like you can just stand in one scene and see it over and over again.
I'm going to find a comfortable place to sit down, like bring a book.
Right? Yes. It's so cool. So cool.
Set
Can't
up
wait.
shop inside one of these little living room sets or something.
Yeah.
Can't wait. But no, it's terrible. Premium Scream is terrible, guys. Don't go. Don't go.
All right, well, let's break down the prices for all the various tickets and add-on options for your HHN vacation on either coast. So the single night tickets range from $83 to $123. Your HHN Orlando Express is going to go from $140 to $260. The premium Scream night is $375 plus tax, and according to Michelle, a great value.
Mm-hmm. Terrible value. Terrible. Telling you.
HHN Orlando Unmasking the Horror 3-house tour is going to range from $85 to $110. The 6-house Unmasking tour is ranging from $169 to $210. HHN Orlando Public RIP tour, that non-private tour, is from $370 to $460. And the Scream early ticket, which gives you early access if you don't have daytime admission, that's an extra $55 on top of your HHN admission ticket. So that's actually pretty good. You get a couple extra hours. You can ride ET and then go to stay and Scream.
That price has increased though, because whenever my little sister comes into town for HHN, we get her that ticket. We don't buy her like a daytime ticket. We just do the couple of rides that she wants to do inside studios beforehand. And for the past couple of years since they've started offering it, it's been $30. So $55 is like a decent hike in price for that ticket.
It's almost double.
Yeah, crazy.
Gary, what's your thought on Premium Scream? Is it something you would ever consider going to?
Maybe. I mean, I'm a diehard, right? So my line of thinking for not going last year, which I feel like may have been that for at least a few different folks, was like, I'm going to be here 100 nights this year. So why pay, $350 to go, another night? But then the FOMO hit. And
right.
After seeing it, and I was like, crap. I might do that. So I don't know. I might do it this year, especially considering we may have even been considering, because we have a lot of travel coming up this season. We may even only go Rush of Fear. So if we only go Rush of Fear this year, we may also do Premium Scream. So we're still making decisions on that.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Also, separate question. If you were not a local and a pass holder and you did not have regular access to the park all the time,
100%.
Is ET Adventure worth $55 to ride on HHN?
Okay.
I was like, where is this going?
That was great.
Answer still stands. 100%. Yeah.
Yes.
I would pay $155 to ride ET if I wasn't a local.
Opening day attraction.
You have to
actually.
Do it.
You know what? Cut that
35 years old.
Oh yeah. Wait, we didn't talk about that when we opened. So today is what, the 8th of October? No, not October. The 8th of what month are we in? June. Listen. It was a very long day yesterday.
You just skipped over all kinds of my vacations, Maddy.
I sure did.
Slow down.
Mine too. So yesterday, the 7th, was Universal Studios' 35th anniversary. So yay, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, but it was also the closing of Muppet Vision 3D.
That's right.
So many things happening all in one day. But yeah, happy birthday, Universal. Thanks for being around for 35 years.
Yeah. And you're dead to me, Hollywood Studios. Thanks for destroying Jim Henson's final production.
I know. My job is about to get a lot harder over in Galaxy's Edge. We've lost half our queue.
Don't worry.
Oh,
Don't worry, Kenneth. You're going to get all of your Muppets in a few seconds at 60 miles per hour.
Heck
soon.
yeah.
There's no way.
No.
There's no way it's as good.
Listen, I've tried to do comedy at 60 miles per hour. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. You just go right past it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I'm
should try.
interested to see what it's going to be. But yay. So yeah, lots of things happened yesterday.
Well, bringing it back to HHN, I have a question for all of you. So my experiences with Stay and Scream have really never been great. I mean, you guys do that a lot more often than I do. But I've never really had like a fabulous, oh my God, that was so amazing experience with Stay and Scream, because it's just gotten so out of control. Like, to me, that's the biggest crowds I experience all fucking night.
Yes.
is being in Stay and Scream. So do you guys have any opinion on like, or wish that they would control that capacity a little bit more to make it a better experience, or do you not care?
I kind of don't care. I think that I think over the years, like more and more, Stay and Scream is less important to me because you know, when you have, you know, a frequent fear and you can go all the time, like you're not really trying to get everything done in one night necessarily,
Right.
That's true.
like other than like opening night when you haven't seen anything yet.
But you're probably the oddity there in the Stay and Screamers.
I think that Stay and Scream is still Stay and Scream isn't about having a good experience at Stay and Scream. It's just about like, okay, we'll try to knock out like one or two houses that might have a long wait all night. We'll get those done early and then kind of get a jump up on being able to finish everything in one night. I don't think it's necessarily supposed to be like a nice experience.
Yeah.
Well, see, but that's my point, is that like, so we get in at 5? Is that when they...
I mean,
that's the latest you can get in line. But people, so now, where it used to be, and correct me if I'm wrong, because as I said, you guys do this a lot more than I do. But it used to be, at least my first experience in Stay and Scream, was that everybody gets in this holding area, and then at some point, closer to the park, to the event opening, they would allow you to start lining up. Now they already have created the lines like the moment the Stay and Scream area is open. So if you get in your Stay and Scream area at like 4 and the event doesn't open till 6, well, you're already waiting in line for 2 hours. So what's the difference between waiting in line for 2 hours then or waiting in line, you know, with the rest of the crowds later?
Those are 2 hours that you're not missing out on any other Horror Nights offerings. If you do those 2 hours while the whole event is up and running, now you're not doing any other thing. You're not watching a show. You're not in a scare zone. You're not doing a line that's shorter.
Yeah.
Like
that's true. So you're just giving yourself 2 extra waiting in line hours, I guess.
I also see it like, I think the way that Stay and Scream has been done these past 2 years has solely been because of how popular it has become. Like back when I used to do Stay and Scream all the time for HHN 28, it was very much just like a find a stoop, find a chair, sit down and hang out.
Yeah.
Like there was, they wouldn't start to corral you until closer to, you know, like you said, Michelle, park, or not so much park open, but like when they start to push people out, like once those yellow security guards pass you, they usually allow you to get in line for a house instead of in the corral. But because of how popular and how busy it has been, because there's very much, and it's, I know it as a Disney cast member, but the culture around rope drop in the morning is absolutely insane. Like
it's stupid.
People, and I see it from the perspective of like, you know, everyone wants to do everything. You go to a park, you have the mindset of I'm going to get every ride done today, which is fine and it could be doable, but it's not necessary. It's not, it shouldn't be an expectation. You know, you go to Magic Kingdom, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get everything done. Like you're probably going to skip the teacups. You're probably going to skip PhilharMagic, you know, But this rope drop culture of I need to get there and stay from open to close to get absolutely everything done has just become the theme park mindset for a lot of people.
Yes.
So, they're arriving to the park
earlier and earlier.
So Universal,
because now you have to get there early enough to get at the front of the early rope dropper. Like it's
So Universal has tried. I think they've been like, oh crap! Like these people are getting here to start standing in line at like 2:00 in the afternoon. Like we gave them this Scream Early ticket to allow them to like ride rides and hang out until we start getting Stay and Scream Early. But they have now changed that culture to, well, I'm going to stand here at this spot in New York because I know this is where they put the barricades up and I'm going to be first in line.
Yes.
It's the mindset of I'm going to be first. I have to do it first, which isn't a bad mindset. It's just kind of the way theme parks have evolved in today's society. So I think to kind of quell that crowd, they've started to create barricades and create lines so there's less fights and like, they actually have the people organized the way that they want to so that it's a little less chaotic when they do open those house lines.
And, to play devil's advocate against that, like, so as you were saying, at least the way that I took it was that like the theme parks, because they're catering to those people, to that mindset of I've got to be first by accommodating them. It's just creating this monster. And that's how I feel. That's how I feel like Stay and Scream is. It's become this monster. Whereas let me go to Epic, right? Let me go to Epic opening weekend, which I know this is a Halloween Horror Nights podcast. But so Epic opening weekend, everybody and their mama and the entire world assumed that was going to be a chaotic opening day, right? Like everything else, you and Maddy, you and I did opening of Hagrid's.
Yeah.
That was a beast. Like that's how we met. We snuggled in line, taking naps in Hagrid's.
True.
So everybody expected the grand opening of Epic to be that way, but they did it so amazingly, so amazing. They made it so that people could not get in line early. Like you could, I was amidst that. I stayed at Stella Nova that night. So they had barricades up. They had police stationed everywhere.
Dang.
You could not get into those parking areas. They would turn you away. They would tell you to go away. And the other thing that they did was they did not yes, they allowed us into the park, into Celestial Park, early, but they didn't open any of the lands at all. And the grand opening show that they were going to have, they said is not going to happen until I think it was 8:00. So there wasn't this rush to be in the front because we could get into the park, but we couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So we could loiter around, we could shop, but there was nowhere they just didn't make it so that we had this sense of anxiety, right? To be first of anything. And it made it so nice.
Yeah.
It made that that opening experience so calm and so nice because they prevented people from going crazy.
Yeah, I think if it's set up well, it can definitely be a good experience. For sure.
Yeah, so I just kind of wish that they would change up the Stay and Scream concept a little bit to change the mindset of people. That's all. That's my rant. We got way off track. But the Stay and Scream stuff is really a touchy subject for me because it just really drives me nuts.
Well, it also depends on what you're using Stay and Scream for, because if you're not trying to wait in a 2-hour line and you just want to use Stay and Scream to be in Halloween Horror Nights earlier, it can be a good way to avoid the crowds because your other option is waiting at the front gate, and that's a giant mess every night. So if you're just hanging out at a outdoor table with some food and drinks, and then when they open the gates, you're just already inside Halloween Horror Nights and you were having a nice leisurely time in there, that's a really nice alternative to waiting in that giant line out in City Walk. And
I just never found anywhere comfortable to sit. We did snag those seats for us last year on opening night, but they were wet. So my butt was wet.
Well, I think our time at Duff Brewery that one night would have been great if it hadn't have hurricaned. So we were set up.
If it hadn't have hurricaned.
Right. We've been set up for good Stay and Scream like experiences, but the weather has gotten the best of us.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right, we still have to read all these Hollywood ticket prices. Before I do that, I just want to clarify, because earlier Maddy mentioned the yellow security guards at Universal. I just want to clarify that that's separate from the Minions. That's a different group of
Oh, okay, good. I was real confused.
Yeah.
Missed opportunity, though. They should totally dress up as Minions. Oh, my God.
Ew.
So HHN Hollywood single night tickets range from $77 to $107. Single night ticket with Express Pass is going to range from $229 to $329. Again, these are all Hollywood. An HHN Hollywood single night ticket with Unlimited Express is $269 to $369. HHN Hollywood Frequent Fear, which they only have 33 nights. Wow, what a little puny event. That's $179. Ultimate Fear Pass, which includes all event nights. Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
Their Frequent Fear only includes 33 nights, and then the Ultimate Fear Pass is all event nights, which is not specifically numbered. That's $299. That's a pretty good price. Actually,
Yeah, it is.
both of those are very good. HHN Hollywood Early Access ticket is $15 to $25. And a Hollywood RIP tour ranges $419 to $529. Hollywood After 2 day night ticket is $117 to $157. HHN Hollywood After 2 day night ticket with Express, $299 to $409. And HHN Hollywood Express add-on is $152 to $222.
Bow, 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 bow. And since we just read off Halloween Horror Night Hollywood tickets, I would like to announce that I'm going to Hollywood this year for HHN.
Whoa!
Woo! I know, we bought
That's
our
awesome.
Yay! We bought our tickets the other day. It's going to be part of our bid, like, elopement extravaganza days
Aw.
in Universal, doing Hollywood HHN, and then Disneyland as well. So
We'll
be going.
coast to coast HHN coverage this year.
Yes,
That's so cool.
yeah, and we got Express, so we're gonna
Yay.
crush it. We're gonna do every house 3 times.
That sounds like a super, super relaxing honeymoon.
I
Maddy.
know, right? 5 days in Disneyland, 2 days in Universal, a courthouse wedding thrown in the middle. We won't be tired at all. It's gonna be great.
No, not at all. Please don't wear your Doc Martens.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
all
no.
I'll say.
Sneakers for sure.
Okay.
All right. We're done with the tickets. Now it's on to the fun stuff. And Gary, the reason you're here is to talk announcements.
Oh,
Yay!
of course. All right. So we've talked tickets, we talked add-ons, we talked Stay and Scream and how it's evolved. But now it's time to talk about our first house announcement of the season. So, Maddy, I'm fully expecting royalty-free 1930s crooner music because coming
100%.
coming to HHN Orlando and HHN Hollywood for the first time ever, Fallout from Amazon Prime Video and Bethesda Game Studios.
Yeah.
So excited. For the first time ever, horror fans will step into the post-apocalyptic wasteland of Prime Video's Fallout series in an all-new, terrifying haunted house at Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights. The unimaginable terror becomes a reality starting Friday, August 29th at Universal Orlando Resort and Thursday, September 4th at Universal Studios Hollywood.
Yay! Yeah, based on the award-winning global video game franchise from Bethesda Game Studios, Fallout was a critically acclaimed hit with audiences worldwide when it debuted on Prime Video in 2024. The cinematic series is set in the year 2296, 200 years after a nuclear war destroyed civilization. All that is left is an eradicated and highly violent hellscape known as the Wasteland, crawling with mutated animals and creatures, while gentle citizens take refuge underground in luxurious fallout shelters known as the Vaults. In this terrifying haunted house, fans will encounter iconic scenes and characters that will put them into the frightening action of the popular series. The journey begins beneath the surface in Vault 33, where guests will follow vault dweller Lucy McLean, played by Ella Purnell, as she escapes a bloody massacre, only to discover an evil hidden secret. From there, visitors venture to the surface where they must dodge attacks from scavengers and raiders, desperate survivors who will do anything to remain alive, as well as mutated cockroaches known as radroaches. As guests travel through the hellish wasteland, they will go through iconic locations like the Super Duper Mart and encounter the Ghoul, an ageless bounty hunter who has endured radiation exposure for centuries. Additionally, they will come face to face with the young squire named Maximus and gaze in awe at his T-60 armor. With frightful terrors at every turn of the eerie, authentic, haunted house, fans will question if they can ever escape the horrors of the wasteland. Bum, bum, bum!
That sounds cool. So I didn't know anything about this. Like I've heard of Fallout, but I'm not a video gamer. And I haven't watched the series, but that description makes me want to watch the series. That sounds cool.
It's so good.
So good.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys played the game?
I have been a fan of the Fallout series since Fallout 2, and that came out in 1998 on PC exclusively. So
Whoa.
you really had to be a huge nerd to yeah. So we had a family PC, and it was somehow strong enough to play Fallout 2, and I had heard about it. I think I saw it in a magazine, and so we went and bought it from, I can't remember, it was either Kmart or Best Buy. Kmart. And I was like, I saw the cover and I was like, that's it, that's the game. And I've been a fan ever since, and I've 100%ed every Fallout game ever since. Been a huge fan of the franchise. I think the Amazon show is very good, and I could not have been a better first announcement for me to be on this episode, because this is probably my number one most excited house so far. But I mean, it's the only announcement we've gotten. Besides,
we got a little
something
weird
for Five Nights at Freddy's is coming.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Gary, that being said, was Fallout on your like wish list for Halloween Horror Nights houses?
It's been on my wish list for a few years, because we've always had the like post-apocalyptic kind of wasteland vibe for several houses over the years, and every time we go through one, I'm like, we should get a Fallout house. Oh yeah, this should have been a Fallout house, and it's been like that for years. And now it's finally a Fallout house. So now I don't have to sit there and say this should have been a Fallout house, because I can say, well, you know what, we had a Fallout house back in 2025.
Yeah.
And there's like a bunch, because I'm a huge fan of Ella Purnell. So when the show was released on Amazon Prime, I was like, oh, I have to watch it. I love her. So I watched it knowing nothing about the video game. Because just like Michelle, I'm not really a gamer, although I have made it through The Last of Us Part 2 twice now over the past month. So I'm a little proud of myself in that aspect. But
good for you.
Thank you. But I started like looking into Fallout itself. And there's like a million different iterations, and it's like all varying like timelines from what I understand. Like, can you explain a little bit about like the game itself of Fallout and like how it connects to the TV show in the grand scheme of the timeline?
Sure. So in terms of the timeline, it's weird how Fallout approaches timelines, because everything takes place post this apocalyptic nuclear war that took place. And it's in an alternative future to ours, right? So it's like, imagine if right now everything kind of felt like the aesthetic of the 50s, like the kind of postmodern era, kind of carried on for decades as technology advanced, right? So imagine like you've got like a hovering cars in the style of like a 57 Chevrolet and stuff like that, right? And imagine that carried on for several decades through the era of nuclear technology and advanced, nuclear technology for like energy and like flying cars and like plasma rifles and all this other stuff. But then nuclear war happens, right? So all of these games take place in the post-apocalyptic of that world, that alternative future. So this game is just the show is it's not taking place in a very specific era tied to any of the specific games, because each of these games are isolated stories at different periods of time post this nuclear war having happened.
Okay.
So it's not, this show is good. It takes place in this universe, but it's not tied to any specific story within the game, because each game has technically an overarching story, but the stories can go several different ways in the games themselves. So they had to settle on something that was a unique story within this universe that was its own story, because you have these hundreds of people, hundreds of different stories. They had to pick something. So it's not really tied to a specific game per se, but it's in a timeline post this nuclear war.
Nice. And there's like different vaults and different civilizations, and it's so interesting. Like, for everyone should watch the show. It's so
I know
good.
what I'm doing with the rest of my day after we record.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have. I've never seen the show or played the games, so like it'll be completely new to me. Yeah, I'm a Nintendo gamer. I don't know a lot of like what's on PC or PlayStation or Xbox. Like
that's fair.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Strictly Nintendo, huh?
Nintendo.
I mean, it's just more what I get into. I've played this. I have PlayStation, but it's not what I gravitate to.
Yeah,
that's fair. Yeah,
that's cool. But it sounds like this house is related to the show.
Yeah,
yes,
itself,
it's
not the game.
Specifically based on the show. So we'll see characters like Maximus and the Ghoul. I think David Goggins' character and Lucy McLean. Obviously, I think it's going to be based on that and probably scenes and experiences that are taking place in the show. But overall, that show very well encapsulates like this universe. So I feel like even if you're just a fan of the games and maybe not necessarily a big fan of the show, anybody I think is going to have a lot of fun just being in this universe for the first time in a physical like sense.
Yeah. It's Michelle, think of it like in house house concepts. Think of bugs eaten alive mushed together with what was the post-apocalyptic one that
Descendants?
was yes, Descendants of Destruction. If you mush those two houses together, that is Fallout. It's like the 1950s, like silly, goofy kind of comedy with the post-apocalyptic, like nuclear war underground shelter of Descendants of Destruction.
When I saw the thing about roaches, Maddy, I immediately thought of you.
Because I hate that house.
I know.
But everyone on
so
Twitter
excited.
was like, oh, they should bring back that giant roach that was eating someone on the counter of the kitchen scene in Bugs Eaten Alive. And I was like, well, yeah, that's Fallout. That makes sense.
Yeah.
They could do that.
I'm about to say one of my Michelleisms, I like a good XYZ house. I like a good wet house. So for this one, I like a good house that takes me underground. Like I love those houses where they're multi-level like that. I do wish that it would like physically make me feel like I'm going down underground. But yeah, I like Descendants of Destruction where we felt like we were, in a subway. Was that the subway one?
There was a subway tunnel sequence,
yeah. So like I love that feel, and also in the oh my God, I did take my Adderall today, but my brain is not braining. So the witch's house that was terrible, Coven.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spirits of the Coven.
The only good part of that house was when I felt like I was like in the cellar, underground, and so I like that. I'm excited about that concept coming back.
Yeah. And it's 1950s, so it's going to be like the music is going to be so fun, and I don't know, it's just going to be great. Like walking through Cabana Bay if it was a post-apocalyptic vault.
Hey, that's a cool idea.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, if it is, I wonder if they're going to do anything at Cabana Bay about this.
Oh.
That would be so smart of them.
That would be Universal. Are you listening? You can use that idea. Take it.
They skipped that last year, didn't they? We didn't have a Cabana Bay thing.
Yeah. You can use our idea, guys. It's okay.
I think it's interesting because remember with The Last of Us, they only called it Naughty Dog's Last of Us. They did not mention it wasn't tied to the HBO series at all.
It wasn't.
Like, this is specifically an adaptation of the game on PlayStation. But this is like attributing it to Bethesda Games and Amazon Prime Video, which I think is interesting and different from what we've seen before. And I just, I wonder what that means for what they're going to use as source material. It seems like all of it is kind of fair game.
So is this our first Amazon Prime?
Yeah,
co-op?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it is. Yeah.
Ooh, that might be an episode for us. We need to dig into some possible Amazon Prime future houses.
Amazon Prime has a ton of stuff too. But like
They do.
and since I did in fact forget to put it in the script, so I am so sorry. But yeah, we are getting FNAF something. We're getting something Five Nights at Freddy's. Whether it's a house or an experience, both us and Hollywood are going to get something Five Nights at Freddy related. And Five Nights at Freddy, I don't know the game like developer who does it. But I think it's on HBO Max ?
The movie right now?
The movie? Maybe. I'm going to Google that so that I don't look like a silly goose.
Well, it sounds like FNAF is something Gary's into. So what do you think about what we heard about that, Gary?
You would be incorrect. Sorry.
Not a fan.
I'm sorry. I misunderstood your comment earlier.
No, my niece is going to be super excited for this. I got to figure out a way to get her down for Five Nights at Freddy's because I know she's a huge fan. But me, I'm not really super into it. I think it'll be a fun house regardless. I feel like the amount of young people at the event is going to increase significantly.
Oh my God, you're so
Take
right.
that for what you will, whether that's good or bad. Good for business.
My daughter's crazy excited, but it didn't say house. All it said was in an all new way.
Well, I noticed that too. That's why I was like, something for Five Nights at Freddy's is coming. But wasn't John Murdy on some like podcast or something just yesterday? And did he make some comment that almost like pretty much confirmed it's going to be a house, at least in Hollywood?
Did he?
I don't know. I need to go back and look at that.
Yeah, I think you're right, Gary. I think on some coast, it's going to be a house. And on the other coast, it's going to be some sort of experience, whether it's like, I don't think it's going to be a scare zone. I don't think that would work well, but like some sort of experience thing.
I've heard someone say, I don't remember where I heard this, but someone kind of just speculating like, oh, it'd be cool if they did like the repository, like an upcharge, like separate experience within HHN, which we haven't gotten to the repository, but I mention it every now and then.
True.
And I always wanted them to kind of revisit that concept. So
but that'd be kind of silly because it already is a VR game. Like I can VR that and
the repository only had like a very small portion of it that was in VR. Most of it was physical sets. The VR, it was kind of known as the VR house, but VR was kind of like the smallest and least interesting part of it. If they don't use VR at all, like it could still be a really cool like experience. I kind of wish the repository didn't have VR in it. It was kind of stupid. But it could be something like that. I don't know. I'd be
this all new way thing sounds so interesting.
Yeah.
I hope it's not a stupid step and repeat. Oh my God.
Or
what is that?
It's the bar.
Just a photo op.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Like David Pumpkin's bar from the Peacock. It's just Five Nights at Freddy's, but a bar.
Wait, what
it's
if
just
they
a bar and the bartenders are dressed up like the characters?
What if they dress up Louise as Freddy Fazbear's?
Like
and
the
you
arcade?
go in there and you go in there and you get pizza and they have like the characters in there. Because isn't it basically Chuck E. Cheese?
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. I mean, the stuff of my childhood nightmares for sure after a day at Chuck E. Cheese.
That'd be so funny. Talking about Five Nights at Freddy, though, since I'm Googling it at the moment, Click Team Fusion 22.5 is the gaming engine, and it was released by Blumhouse, so Universal does technically own it, and you can find it on Starz, Hulu, and Amazon Prime. So not HBO Max. Apologies.
Amazon Prime.
Okay. Well, Prime is a store, so if it's on Starz, it probably means like you can watch it on Prime if you have your Starz subscription linked to it.
Yeah.
And like same with Hulu because you can like fold other subscriptions into those two, which always makes it confusing when you're trying to find a place to watch something.
Yeah. But
you're so wise, Kenneth. You're so wise.
But I mean, Amazon Prime giving us Fallout, that it's exciting, you know? So we've now have Netflix, we've had PlayStation / Naughty Dog, we've had Amazon Prime, and with
YouTube.
Oh yeah, YouTube with Crypt TV. So lots of partnerships, and from the rumors that are like rolling around with some of the other IP houses, this could be a very expansive year for the IP collection of Halloween Horror Nights. Like,
Yeah.
it seems
also-
as though they've partnered with a lot of people this year.
It's a big year for video game. We know 2 official things, and they're both video game adaptations.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, because we've had the Nintendo Switch released this week, Nintendo Switch 2, and then
Yes.
PlayStation 5 released fairly recently as well, right? They had...
It was like 2-3 years ago, I think.
Never mind.
Oh.
Teehee, I know nothing about video games.
I don't either, Maddie. It's okay.
Gary, didn't you say another reason you were stepping away from the tracker was... Well, you're saying something about that.
The real reason I'm stepping away from the tracker is the Nintendo Switch came out a few days ago, and I'm just not going to have time to do anything anymore.
I'm willing to step away from Mario Kart World to update the tracker. Gary is not.
Yeah. No.
Gary's real love affair is with Nintendo.
That was the bit that I was going to do
Understood.
that I forgot. I was gonna.
Gary is too busy in the Nintendo Switch 2 welcome tour,
Yeah,
learning about how the HD Rumble works.
yeah, it's fascinating. It can make sounds.
It actually works crazy. I did the maraca thing last night, and I was like very impressed.
Have
by
you
it.
done the thing where it can make like the coin sound and the 1-up sound? Like
No.
yeah. The vibration motor can vibrate at such a frequency that it can actually create audio. Like, there's not a speaker in the Joy-Con. What you're gonna hear is like vibrations making sound. It's nuts. It's nuts.
Is that on the? I just got to the screen console, so like I finished the left Joy-Con 2, and now I'm on the screen.
I think it's
feel
on
like
the
that
right.
must be a right Joy-Con.
Yeah, I think it's one of the right
Tricking
Joy-Con
out
demos.
the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Switch 2 is crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts. PlayStation 5 came out in 2020.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, only 5 years ago.
Sorry.
But the Pro was last year, right?
I think so.
Yes,
Yeah.
I got
You
it
weren't
right.
completely wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, I was almost there. I pay attention sometimes.
You pay attention a lot more than I do.
I exist in the world.
I couldn't tell you the forms of PlayStations that exist, period. So
Yeah. We have a 3 in our house. That's what I've been playing The Last of Us off of. And it keeps very thankful, it's not something that I ever imagined I would own. And I only own it because Lindsay owns it. But it keeps stopping in the middle of my game because it says the file's corrupt and it wants me to restart it. But it doesn't actually want me to restart it. But I'll usually, because it happens usually right in the middle of a fight sequence. So I'll come back from the fight sequence and I'll have died. I'll be like, dang it.
nice.
We can't figure out why it's happening. Anyways, yay. So
we have merch to talk about, right?
oh yeah.
Oh, shoot. Merch. My goodness gracious. All right. Yes, let's move on. So this year's Halloween Horror Nights unveils all new merchandise collections with limited release products inspired by the Fallout Haunted House, including a t-shirt and tumbler available now at Universal Orlando Resort and Hollywood. Additionally, fans can purchase and collect graphic puzzle pieces inspired by new haunted houses that fit into a collectible frame. What the fuck? Are you serious?
I love when Michelle's not on Twitter.
Oh my goodness. I that's awesome. All the pieces will come together to create a framed mural that showcases highlights from this year's killer lineup. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they saw how jealous people were when they didn't get the Chronos with the media kit for opening of Epic. And they were like, oh, wait, we can capitalize on this. Let's do one for HHN and see how it sells.
Yeah, let's not talk about the Chronos.
But it looks, it's super cute. It's this, I'm actually going to Universal after we record this. So I will take real pictures. These are just ones that I found on Twitter, that you all are looking at on the script. So listeners, when you're listening to this, you will see on our Instagram and Twitter photos of this stained glass piece that we're talking about, but it's really, really pretty. It's
is it made out of metal, you think?
I think it's just
good
acrylic
question.
plastic. So kind of like some
okay.
of the, like the ornaments that are like partially see through that they have, and the different, what are they? Like the little standy things that they've done in a couple years now. It's made out of that same material, but it has like little inserts that you can just pop in these little things. I love this idea. I'm a total mark for stuff like this. So
Me too.
they got me. They got me.
Yeah.
That's how. Don't take much.
I think they got me too.
I want to say what I was seeing on the internet is the stand itself is $23, and then each insert is $8. So when you're done with all of it, it'll ring you about $65 plus tax without any discounts.
Yeah.
So not terrible.
I like this.
I want them to do this every year. I think it'd be so cute.
Yeah, it's like like let's say you don't want the house shirt every year, right? Or you're done with shirts. You have too many shirts. This is a cool.
That's me.
This is a cool new like interactive way to collect it, and marketing super smart, keeps locals coming back.
Yeah.
Every time we got a drop, they're gonna pop into the store, get their little insert.
Yeah.
I just hope they made plenty enough inserts. The thing that scares me is like the people who are gonna buy like a ton of these inserts, and then like, what if you get a set and because they're not managing like, limits on people buying these things. What if you get a set and then you can't get a piece to complete it because somebody bought more than they should have and stuff like that. That's the thing that worries me a bit.
Well, and how are they going to do the drops? Like, surely they're not going to do the drops all throughout the season because lots of people only go one time, such as myself.
Oh, I think they'll drop a decal when the house is announced for it, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not like throughout the actual event. Cool.
Based on speculation of what is rumored, I'm only concerned that there's like some IPs that I just like have absolutely zero interest in. And I'm like, I don't want to buy a thing specifically just to complete this thing for like an IP I don't care about,
Yeah.
But it's still a memory thing, right?
I guess so. Like it's different when it's on the shirt because it's like, well, it's the shirt. Obviously, like everything's going to be on it. That's fine. But like now I have to pay a separate $8 to showcase a thing that I don't care about.
Yeah. I would want retroactively, like I would want this little puzzle piece set from like 2 years ago when all the IPs were something that I like really, really cared about. Cause I feel the same as you, Kenneth. Lindsay and I had the exact same discussion. I was like, oh, wait, this is so cool. And she was like, but what about the other speculated IPs? And I was like, oh yeah, you're right.
No, you know what I would want is a giant frame with just the stained glass idea behind it that is not year related, and they just drop random puzzle pieces from years past. Oh. And you can pick and choose the ones that you want to put into your frame.
That'd be pretty cool.
Take all my money.
Yeah.
Take all my money.
That'd be sick.
That'd be so cool.
I do also really like this stained glass kind of motif this year because for the video that they did for the announcement of Fallout, it starts off with this beautiful, it kind of gives Insidious vibes, but if Insidious was in like a greenhouse, but it's this beautiful like red stained glass, and then they bumped the Halloween Horror Nights logo on top of it. It's really, really pretty. And I know we didn't do an episode when they dropped the original Never Go Alone merchandise, but that was also really cute. I'll take more pictures of it today and like it'll all be on our social media. But this year's it's very like gothic stained glass, like spooky. It's really, really pretty.
The stained glass is giving me Wednesday vibes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true.
That'd be kind of a cool house. Yeah. So excited. Yeah. That's so awesome. Speaking of them not giving enough merchandise, can we just drop the fact that opening day, they had like specific grand opening day medallions that they completely sold out the day before actual opening day? Let me just put that out there real fast. For Epic Universe.
Yeah, I'm still very bitter about that.
Me too. Like, how do you sell opening day exclusive merchandise that literally you're only supposed to be able to get at opening day. That's like the badge of honor, right? And they sold them to people before opening day.
I think they should have made a separate batch of those medallions that were like a gift to all the media people, so that then they wouldn't be buying up the stock for the actual grand opening.
I know.
guests.
Isn't that terrible? That was so terrible.
Was that the only piece of opening day merchandise? Was a medallion, or was there like
no?
t-shirt?
But that was like the
most exclusive, the most rare,
the most exclusive thing that everybody was looking forward to, right? And they sold like a shirt that had, you know, grand opening and the date on the sleeve. They sold this kit that had the different lands exclusive opening day pins, which I got that, but yeah. Anyway,
that's so weird.
I digress. So hopefully they don't do that.
Don't get Gary started on opening day.
Yeah,
epic stuff.
Gary, we'll talk later.
All right. Well, before we dive too far into epic opening gripes, that'll do it for this episode, I think. Thanks for listening, everyone, and we hope to see you soon in the fog. Until next month or next time, because we might be getting more than once a month right now.
Yeah.
And announcement season has begun. For more content, be sure to check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/rushofbeer and follow us on Instagram and Twitter at rushofbeerpod.
Yeah, and as always, for more general Universal Orlando Resort news, check out our friends and UUOP Network hosts over at the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast, wherever podcasts can be found. You can also check out the UUOP Network friends. That's going to be the Theme Park Duo, Portkey Passport, and the Taste of Universal podcast.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Podcast has come to an end. Now get out.
And Gary, thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Yay! Thank you, Gary.
Yay!
Thanks for having me. All right, now if you're listening to this, scram.
Bye.